the BOYSCAST. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And the new channel's almost at 50K. So please give us a subscribe on the YouTube. If you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star review. Also, one quick thing is I said we're looking for people, and I got like 80 people sent in applications with all their videos and stuff, and I am going through all that stuff and starting to message people back. I've gone through a bunch of it, and then, but the main things, if you are in New York and do like, you know, want to get involved with like the podcast, that is still something we're missing. But there's a lot of different people that sent in, so pretty cool. I was like very surprised with how many people. I didn't think it would be that many. It's like
Squadzilla,
80.
dog.
Yeah, 80K, right? So, anyways, okay, and more importantly, I have a new intro for the fella.
Enjoy.
So I made another one. People are always... Intros have been a hot topic. So we have a new intro.
Okay.
You know what?
Yeah.
Some people didn't like the last one spliced together. So I made sort of a new one. I'm always trying to please people. And as people know, I did a music video last week. So I'm sort of getting back in the music game. But
You know what? I'm going to take a crack at one.
you
Just because of fucking pieces of shit
Maybe
in the
you'll take a
comments,
crack at
I'm
one?
taking a crack at a fucking intro.
All right. Here we go.
BOYSCAST, the
You can tell our friends,
the bros, the dudes, the homies.
you know that I won't do that. When you're saying those things to me, keep on making me
Too busy watching the TV screen. Now we're just betting on broken.
No, ma'am.
We only need the two of us together.
Seagull's liking it.
Crazy world, 'cause we got love.
Sorry, baby.
Whatever I did to you. This is the new BOYSCAST
That's the
intro
new
forever and ever,
BOYSCAST.
which will never change. Before we even get started,
Well, it's because we respect our fans. We're populists.
I know, we
And
are
everybody
sort of.
wanted a new intro every week.
every week
They go,
That is true.
what's better than a new intro is a new intro every single week.
they demand intros very often. They demand intros very often, but
You can't please everybody all
You know-
the time, and we're pleasing none of the people all the time.
and that's the thing though. I get in the lab. They don't know I was up all night in the fucking laboratory. Yeah, dude.
Lab.
Before we even get into it, I gotta say a shout out to the greatest athlete in the history of the United States of America, if not the world, Joey Chestnut.
Put him
It's-
back.
It was all I was talking about July 4th to the point where everyone around me was pretty getting sick of
Surprised you
hearing
didn't
it.
go again.
Oh, we went to like a bunch of parties around here and stuff.
I know, but I mean, he's like literally your sports idol.
I know, it was hard
Like,
to...
dude, if fucking, I don't know, LeBron James was
Yeah,
eating
but
hot dogs.
yeah, so I really like it, but no one else does. So anyone I asked is like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was a one-time deal, pal.
Yeah, you're like, that was a funny thing to go to once. And I was like, we're going again. They go, no.
No.
So, but if anyone who didn't watch it, I posted the clip, but everyone has to watch it. So basically, Joey Chestnut he's out, and so Joey Chestnut beats everyone at hot dog eating by so much.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not even, so it's not really a competition. Like, you can't even get action on to bet on Joey Chestnut, really. The only way
He won by 30 or something.
well, that's normal. The only thing you bet on is really
Over-under.
You bet on over/under, right?
yeah.
Because he does like 60 dogs. Next guy does like 25 or whatever it is, or 35. It's not even close, right? And then and there's also gross because everyone has beards in their fucking
Dude,
buns.
I
It should be
watched
illegal
it.
to have
It's
a beard.
nasty.
I know. They should treat it like female swimmers.
It
Where they have
lit-
to shave their beard first.
It honestly looks like pigs in a trough, just like eating.
It's
like,
very
it's
gross.
disgusting.
So he's on stage, and then a protester came on stage, and they were protesting, kind of a vegan-y protest.
Of course, yeah, sure.
It was against like a meat company or whatever. So Joey Chestnut, he's eating a mid dog. He's got a bun in one hand, hot dog in the other. He eats the hot dog. Fucking puts the guy in a chokehold with the hand he just ate the hot dog, chokes him out to the ground. Then the people take him over, probably like what happened to that guy who jumped on the Dave Chappelle show.
Yeah.
He single-handedly choked him, bun still in hand, and then without missing a beat, finishes eating the bun and sits back down and starts eating
He's a
again.
goddamn machine, dude.
Dude, he's a machine. Actually, I was pretty hyped up and I was drinking on July 4th, so I sent him a lot of messages asking him to come on the podcast. I looked at it this morning. You fucking didn't see him yet.
Left unread.
Oh, yeah, Joey Chestnut's too good to look in his requested folder, I
Dude,
think.
it's probably nonstop, just like champ.
I know. Yeah, that's probably true, but I got
It's funny actually with the gambling thing. Barstool Sports, their sports book, they canceled all the over bets on him that they'll lose it because I guess people bet the over and they lost.
Okay.
Because he didn't go. He was under.
And they said it wasn't fair.
And then because of this, they go, "We're
well, that
we're
should sort of
canceling them all."
negate it a little bit.
Yeah, but also like probably there was $10,000 or $50,000 on the over, so the publicity for them is like
It
worth
wasn't
it.
some insane
No,
amount.
it wasn't like 8 million that they're giving back. It was probably
Right.
like 5 digits, and they're like, "Sure, yeah, I give it back."
We'll give that back so we can make a big stink about how
yeah, we go like
so
we're the
great.
best. Yeah, and get some.
It was so sick, but Joey, if you're listening, we want you on the cast because I messaged
Joey, I'm fucking calling you out, pal.
We're calling you out because
I want you
we want
eating
you.
dogs.
We want you eating dogs on the cast.
You know what's the saddest
I said
thing?
I was like, you're probably still in New York. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
I said we'll send you a car, whatever you need. I'll drop anything, whatever you need, whenever you want to do it.
Dude, we'll send you any yellow cab of your choice.
We'll have dogs of your choice ready. I went to the
Nathan's.
We went to the Louis C.K. screening, and they had
Pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket.
I've never seen you happier.
They had gourmet pigs in a
They
blanket.
weren't gourmet.
I was high.
They were
end.
not gourmet.
Oh, he's calling
They
out
were-
Louis screening. He said he didn't
No,
provide the catering.
No, they were fine.
says
Dude,
after
I
party.
ate 12 of them.
What are you saying? Louis tight on cash? What you're saying?
No, they were
Okay.
great. I'm just like, I mean, first off, I'll just go ahead and say I don't think there's such a thing as gourmet pigs in a blanket.
Yes, there is. I'll tell you what's gourmet about them.
You know what? I'm going to be in
the
Paris in
salt
2
on the-
weeks. I'm going to find some gourmet.
Yeah,
see
I
if can
found
find-
them
They
the weekend.
Dude, they
just
were
passed.
like pinties frozen in a box.
No, these were nice, man. Everyone listening.
know if they
would
have Pinties in America.
These were nice. I probably had like 85 of them.
I probably were Nathan.
No, they had some of the little salt on the bun and stuff like that. The buns were salted. I'm
they're
pretty
not
sure.
buns. It's fucking phyllo pastry.
It was really solid. You know what the funny part is? Danny's looking at me saying he didn't like him, but he had a couple, didn't he?
I had like a dozen of them. Oh, and I had a real. By the way, though, I had a real stomach issue later that night.
Interesting.
I had a real stomach issue
Oh
later
yeah,
that
you
night
fucking.
that I think was related
You
to
sure?
that.
I would have too if I ate the fucking plate after.
Those did not sit well. Those fucking gourmet.
Danny ate the fucking hot dog, then he ate the
Boom.
plate, then he ate the server.
And people were like, "What is this? A fucking Greek wedding?" I was like,
No, what happened is we go, hey, where's the server? Danny just burps out a notepad.
just a pen comes out.
That's what happened.
Danny, did you eat the server?
There was another. No. There was another activist thing too, though, because you know the BOYSCAST policy is like we're fine with you doing your activism as long as you have your tits out. You know
Puppies.
what I mean?
Puppies mandatory.
It's a pop. We're not necessarily against
This
activism.
it's a Sarah McLachlan commercial. Puppies mandatory.
Yeah, that's a good shit. Actually, that's a good one. There's a good one.
That's a good one.
From the hot dog man himself, the pigs in the original
Dogman.
pig in a blanket.
Dogman.
Dogman. Dogberg.
Dogberg.
So that's the stance is puppies out, but they did basically another stance. It was the Smithsonian. Basically, the girls were protesting something at the Smithsonian.
Smithsonian.
Yeah, the Smithsonian, and then these climate activists glued themselves to the Van Gogh. Right?
That's been a very popular
No
move.
puppies
I don't
out.
remember the gluing yourself to stuff move.
well, you know what they need to do.
Yeah.
Joey Chestnut as the security guard.
Yeah, well, you know what? I guess that they can't chain themselves to stuff because you got to get chained through the metal detector, but nobody really ever suspects glue.
Glue.
You know what? I'm going to Paris in a couple weeks. I'm going to glue myself to the Mona Lisa.
All right, Jews in Paris.
Yeah, what should be my platform for that?
You should say.
Should I
that
glue myself
more
first? And they go,
puppies out.
they go, what are you protesting? Oh, I didn't get
Yeah, I didn't get
part.
that far. But you know how, okay, remember how when, like they always have like Joe Rogan commentating people, or they'll always do the golf ball with Trump hitting the golf ball?
Yeah.
They need to start, which I didn't see any, and my like After Effects skills to do this kind of thing aren't that great. I could probably motion track it, but it'll look crappy. What they need to be doing is doing things like taking the video of these girls there and then having Joey Chestnut choking one of them out. Like people need
Yeah,
to start
yeah.
making memes of, Dave, you do one. People need to start making memes of Joey Chestnut choking people out.
Yeah.
Actually,
Specifically climate protesters.
yeah. Well, I was actually going to talk about this maybe later, but I guess we're talking about all the like protesters right now. But okay, I don't know if you saw, but basically in Canada, there was like a big like the hockey teams are all getting protested. Have you seen?
Yeah.
So
This is Hockey Canada. This is the whole
Right.
organization.
So basically, okay, I'm gonna tread lightly because I've not been able to find out exactly what happened.
I mean, I can tell you exactly what happened. I mean, I don't know what happened, but I know what happened.
That's what I mean. But like, so basically, a girl's accusing one of them of assault, but I don't know.
12 of them or something. No,
Right, well,
multiple, yeah.
yes, but what happened was it sounds like, it was like hockey boys being like fucking,
Yeah,
bringing a
I
girl
mean,
back.
I
and-
wouldn't be surprised if maybe there was a line crossed. I don't know.
Well, exactly. So we don't know but none of the articles will even say what happened. Like, right? It's like they're on tight lip.
Well, they might be under 18. It's the under 18s. It's the World Juniors.
Gotcha.
Right? So like legally they can.
No, but I'm not even saying like, listen, I know what magazine I'm reading, what blog I'm reading, and I know, okay, look, if I'm reading this, I go, okay, they have this slant. I feel like I have a filter of all the slants, right?
Yeah.
So you go, okay, if I'm reading like a Vice thing, you go, okay, well, this is one fact they couldn't have lied about. They said what city it was in, so I know what city it was in, but obviously everything else they say I can't trust from as far as I can throw it.
Yeah.
But basically, anyways, they're boycotting. So these 8 or 12 hockey guys and a girl, and then the girl is like,
It was at the World Junior Championships, right?
right.
Yeah.
So the dudes after the things got a little fucking out of hand.
Yeah.
But okay, so that's not even why I'm bringing it up. But why I'm bringing it up is, so Tim Hortons basically said they're pausing the sponsorships, like the Dunkin' Donuts of Canada.
Yeah,
But-
the banks and all
But
that
the
stuff.
thing that made me laugh is Imperial Oil made a big stance. Imperial Oil comes out and they put their support on hold, and Imperial Oil goes, we're still going to support the women's, but we're pulling all our money from the men's one. It was just like,
As it should be.
yeah, but it's like, Imperial Oil, you're also getting protested. It's like, it's just like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
that's a smart move on them.
Crazy.
What a fucking smart move by them to go, let's get us as the good guys for once.
Oh yeah, but it's so funny. Imperial Oil, like coming up, and dude, that's
It's like when Putin goes makes some
Yeah.
stance and goes, "There's a lot of mass shootings in America. You should be ashamed of yourselves." And we
It's
go,
a bit
"All right,
much.
Gordon."
It's like, Imperial Oil having the fucking audacity. It's like, shut your fucking mouth, Imperial Oil.
Yeah, for
you're
sure.
gonna be like a moral arbiter.
Also,
of anything.
If anybody is doesn't get to watch World Juniors now because of this shit, most people in Canada are gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm never fucking."
Yeah, fuck Imperial Oil.
Fuck Esso.
Yeah, they're not exactly right.
Yeah, they're like, we
you
just
to be a literal big oil. It's like big oil doesn't like the way that things shook down at the hockey party.
No.
I just think that's so funny. Big
Yeah.
Oil having the audacity to fucking protest.
It's one of those
it's like,
things
no,
where-
imagine this, Danny. Imagine you made a racy joke, and you got, obviously this stuff's not the same as a racy joke, but imagine in a scenario where you made a fucking, you said a slur online,
Yeah.
and then the CEO of Marlboro says that
Yeah, we're no longer sponsoring you.
yeah, legitimately Players Lights comes out and they're like,
Demoriers.
yeah, some company that sells 40s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just like, fuck off.
They're literally their first reaction is to go, just cancel everything, and then we'll just figure out if we want to do it again. They're like, we'll just cancel it for now.
Yeah, but it was just killing me.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, yeah, I would love to sponsor the World Juniors at a discount rate.
I guess
Thank
so. No, well, I read that, and I kind of was, because a couple of people from Canada sent it to me, and I didn't even really, I kind of read it, and I
Should we
was like,
sponsor the World Juniors? Is that in the budget?
oh my God.
Okay.
yeah.
Patrons, we need more
If we
money
could get-
so we can sponsor the World Junior Championship.
And if we could get Joey Chestnut to combine with us, so we do sort of like a BOYSCAST Chestnut, co-sponsor.
Hell yeah.
So it's sponsored by Joey Chestnut, sponsored by BOYSCAST. So it's Joey Chestnut, but he's wearing a BOYSCAST.
He's wearing-
Patreon.com/BOYSCAST.
It's like an Inception kind of thing.
Which is way bigger for him, you know what I mean? So we're willing to go 50-50 with Chestnut if he's listening. We're not sure if Chestnut
and Hockey
listens yet.
Canada, if you're listening.
Remains to be seen if Chestnut listens to the pod.
Remains to be seen if Hockey Canada
Friend of the
listens.
podcast,
Friend
Joey
of the
Chestnut.
podcast.
You know what that kind of reminded me of too is so actually Tony, who currently we work with the podcast and a million other things, edited the Simp video. So basically, he went to some metal festival, and we were kind of laughing about it this morning because there was it was like a metal festival in Sweden, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy who came out basically did a big and I just want to say, fuck racism and fuck, sexism and fuck homophobia. But it was like a traditional metal show, so it's just a bunch of bikers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
what?
But it's just the one place that's legitimately, your fans are 60-year-old biker guys from Eastern Europe.
Of course. Just Euro trash.
But it kind of reminded me that it was making me laugh that all the metal bands were getting in trouble for their stances, right? Because punk basically ends up super, along with the corporate trends or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But metal kind of didn't, right? Metal kind of
Yeah, because
with the
that's
other-
not very metal.
It's also it's not that mainstream. It's not that metal, right?
It's not super metal to have Pfizer sponsoring your metal festival. It's not that metal.
Yeah, and
I don't even like metal.
I'm sure there was a few. I'm sure there was a few of them that did get into it, right? But it just makes me laugh that because there was a good 2 years where every once in a while, because I still follow all that shit, there would be every 2 years that someone would get canceled, right? And it would be like, we just want to say that we cannot believe what we heard. We are in awe, and we want. I will never be attending a cannibal cum dumpster show ever again after I know that he likes Trump.
Shit.
Yeah. Anal, they're like and it's just so bad because their song about raping grandmothers is my favorite track, and I'll never have to. I just removed grandmother rape from my Spotify.
You crossed the line. Supporting Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. So it's officially off my Spotify, which is officially on my Spotify. Yeah, I'm supporting Mitch McConnell. Yeah, exactly. That guy. It's funny. Yeah, him reading Andy No's book. You know what I mean? Well, so even better is now we're look at us segueing because on the topic of Spotify. Look at me moving the conversation along. But on the topic of Spotify, guess who came crawling back? Guess who's back?
Guess who's back?
Crosby.
Something fishy going on with this.
Well, so basically Crosby, Stills, this was 5 days ago, but Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. As you know, we were pretty into the
well, originally the big story was that it was just Neil Young.
Keep on Broker advising headquarters. Keep on boosting, tell them. All right. Yeah.
But yeah, it was originally just Neil Young, and then I didn't even remember the story. That
I guess the Crosby, Stills, and Nash supported him because Nash was basically Neil Young was like, I'm taking all my stuff down, and then they were gonna basically for them to.
He goes, I'm removing my tracks off of those songs. You guys can keep them up, and you go, there's not really anything there with that.
Well, they were gonna just remove his parts, so they removed just the upper harmony.
Yeah, totally. They just remove his
the falsetto Neil Young harmony.
His tracks, the harmonica track.
Yeah,
removed.
I think they were put into I think they agreed to, but they also were put into a position where they would have to, be the ones that would be like, well, Neil Young would be on his press tour being like, well, talk to Nash because fucking now,
talk to the old fucking Make America Great Again Nash over here.
More like Match because he supports the troops.
But this doesn't make any sense because they're getting dunked on right now, and now their thing is they go, well, we don't own the music. So then if you don't own the music, why did it get taken off?
Well, that's okay. So I see you sort of.
You know the music world. So maybe
no, it's not that I know the music world. It's that you sat there with after you heard this, you did the same thing as me, where you got your yarn and your string out and you tried to figure it out. I just put one more fucking extra dot up there, where you didn't connect it.
Yeah,
is what probably happened. Was essentially Neil Young and all those people took all their music off, and then once they weren't making any money, they fucking were like, let's get the catalog sold.
You think they sold it before?
After?
No.
They wouldn't be able to take it down otherwise.
That's what I don't understand.
No, they owned some of their masters, sold it, took it off all the platforms.
Gotcha.
And then sold it.
Oh, you think Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young sold in the last 5 months? They removed it, sold them, and that's why.
That's what I do think.
Possible, yeah.
They sold off. So basically, Neil Young made his big stance and then took all his stuff off and realized it was costing him a fucking gazillion dollars or whatever. And then he goes, all right, let's just sell the whole catalog, remove myself from this. And then as soon as the other people sold the catalog, they're like, obviously it's going right back on Spotify. You know that. And he was like, none of my business.
Yeah, you go, well, we don't own them. It's just that's the man.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting them back on
so
Spotify.
He got to have his cake and eat it too.
It's like, yeah, I read you guys sold your whole catalog for $375 million, and that's the man is behind this?
And then the man used, then the man used that to promote some of the bad stuff. Yeah. Yeah, the man put me on
that. Actually makes the most sense.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So basically, and then I don't know if there's any holdouts, but yeah, it would be funny if Nash fucking went on Young, he went the other way around. He goes, no, I'm not going back on Spotify, Young, so I'm only selling my parts, so you can only put your parts back up. No, you thought you'd be the big man, but now Young needed money for all his Monsanto protests that he doesn't have any girls' tits out of his protest either.
Yeah, no puppies.
And zero puppies.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, Young, and no puppies.
That's right. They're probably, you know what probably happened? He was like, you know what? I'm going to sell you my whole catalog, but I only want you to put the Monsanto songs on Spotify. And they go, listen, let's just cut this shit here. No one's listening to the Monsanto
Yeah, look, we
song.
bought everything else. We just took those off your hands.
Yeah, we took the Monsanto.
We wanted the shit
albums.
from the 70s. Okay, we don't want fucking Monsanto nonsense.
There's probably someone that's so disappointed on them. Imagine, like, you just have your Spotify, like, rock shuffle on, and you're like, you know, some, you're Pfizered up to your 9th booster, and you're just trying to enjoy yourself at the cottage, and all of a sudden you hear "Keep on Rocking," you go, "What are we listening to right now?" And you go, "Oh, it's just a rock and roll playlist." On what on what platform?
On what?
On what platform? Well, it can't be Spotify. He just looks at his Spotify playlist, was playing Neil Young, he just drops the phone in slow motion.
It's like the fucking
I
Saving Private Ryan when they're on the beach. You know, the guy's holding his fucking intestine. And it's all like,
That's the guy finding.
finding out that it's fucking back on Spotify.
Yeah, because he's listening to a cottaging playlist, and he goes, you know, and the good thing about this is we're not listening to anyone that likes Joe Rogan.
And someone's like, I like.
What is this? I don't know. What's another big Neil? What's a Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young?
I don't know any Crosby, Stills, and Nash songs.
Okay,
I
well,
know Neil Young
they're
songs.
gonna be popping up. They're probably gonna go full corporate after this too. It's gonna be the new U2, where it's like fucking Rockin' in the Free World just pops up on your iTunes, and he gets to be like, yeah, I disagree with the man. He's got money like coming out of his mouth and his pockets. Like,
Yeah.
he takes his straw hat off. There's money in the straw hat. Everywhere he walks, there's just money flying.
what would be
everywhere.
great,
He goes,
actually?
the man, bro.
Because fucking Neil Young doesn't own his shit anymore. Or Neil Young does own his stuff? I think he sold it all, right?
That's what we just said.
Yeah, no, this is Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. That's a different thing from
I don't
Neil
know
Young.
what the whole deal is.
But it'd be great if fucking like some anti-vax group raised like literally $100 million and
then
bought the
bought
rights to
it.
Needle and the Damage Done. And this is like a sad commercial about people fucking with their bad reactions to the vaccine.
Yeah, that was one of our ones. It's the needle in the world, it saved. That'd be the ultimate troll of the world.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
4chan, get on it.
Okay, so, but on top of that, me and Danny have to do tough to tell you something. So we realized, if you saw, some of you might be privy to this information, but the Friends co-creator donated $4 million after becoming embarrassed about the show's lack of diversity.
Yeah.
So she's 20 years later.
Gunther was gay.
Yeah.
Remember Gunther?
Chandler is fucking queer.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. You're gay.
You're fucking gay. my
So-
favorite cast member. Friends.
Yeah, my favorite.
Yeah, he fucking
Phoebe
literally
could have been gay.
Smashed.
Yeah, but they
yeah.
mean, so basically she said 20 years later, and she sort of did a whole thing being like, you know, I realized when George Floyd happened that I was part of the problem.
Yeah, that's what you were thinking about when the country's burning to the ground.
I knew
You go,
Phoebe
You know
should've
what?
been
We
black."
could have made better casting choices on this show that's been canceled for.
That's exactly
20
what
years?
happened. Yeah, George Floyd got murdered, and she was like, should have had a Mexican.
This could have solved this.
A Mexican would have. Yeah, I'm complicit. I'm basically a cop.
Yeah. She's like, that was me. I'm Chauvin. I'm Derek Chauvin right now with my casting choices. I'm the Derek Chauvin of casting directors.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm the sitcom industry's Derek Chauvin.
You know what's weird though? It's like I guess it wasn't obviously the most popular show, but it's not like there was any shortage of that exact show with an all-black cast.
No. When we were growing up, there was 10,000 of those.
Yeah, it's just they weren't the biggest show.
Every single one of them had the same intro where it kind of went like tie-dye at parts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the only difference is they weren't on like NBC and Prime.
Sister.
Yeah, and there was fucking I can't remember, but there's the one with Dwayne Wayne.
Martin.
There was a million of those shows. They just
Sinbad had a sitcom. Basically, every black comedian
Mr.
had
Cooper,
a sitcom.
hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, what's
that
his
shit.
name? The with the suits had one.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey had one.
Yeah. I mean, they all had
Steve Harvey
it, but
show.
I guess they were just like, They weren't in the biggest shows,
But
but they
you're-
wouldn't have been the biggest shows. They're just
Some of those black ones were the
They were
biggest
huge.
shows. Yeah.
Not like Friends.
Oh, Fresh Prince wasn't as big as Friends, you're saying?
Yeah, Fresh Prince was. Yeah.
Okay, now he thinks it was.
Fresh
Yeah. And he didn't eat the hot dogs. Fresh Prince wasn't big.
What time slot was Fresh Prince was the late night?
I'm just saying there was a huge one.
Yeah,
Martin was huge.
Martin was huge.
I liked all those shows.
Rock
I don't remember Rock.
with the black.
What's Rock?
He was the garbage man.
I don't remember that one.
Timothy Dutton.
Family Matters wasn't a big show now?
Family Matters. But that was like a kids show.
Okay, Friends was too, so to tell you.
No, Friends was like prime time.
Anyways, whatever.
But yeah, for sure.
He's doing everything he can to negate the black accomplishments.
I was the one who brought up the black accomplishments.
Then I started telling
I
you
stand
big
for
one.
black excellence.
No, that's what
Ryan.
I say. I go, this one was a really big show, and you go, that
They
was
weren't
fucking
as
nothing.
big.
That was nothing. If I was a fucking toddler, I'd watch that maybe. It's a kid's show. Fucking you're Urkel for even bringing that up.
Did I do that? Moving on.
All right. But anyway, so...
And the trans stuff. You didn't even bring up the
Okay,
trans
what's
stuff.
well, you said you know the trans stuff. I
So,
don't know. You told me.
I just read about it because this news cycle is a never-ending hell for this fucking creator. Because the moment that you brought this stuff up, you go, "Oh, you think this is ending here?
Yeah, right.
You think your apology?
She's in the... She's got
It's like the Bette Midler stuff and the fucking like all that shit.
You know what? It really is. It's the homeless guy that asks you for money, and you open your wallet, and you only had a 20.
Yeah, you only got a 20. He goes, "I ain't got no change, but
I ain't got no motherfucking change.
hand it over."
I've been saying that New York chivalrous is, I'm a bit of I'm old school New York chivalrous. So when I see a homeless guy on the ground, I put my jacket over top of him so the lady can walk. And I go, that's New York, like chivalrous is like the thing where it's when there's human shit all over outside of my house. When you see one set of footprints, that's when I was carrying her.
The Lord, this city stinks right now. I have never remembered.
So smelly.
Honestly, like it's so to the point where you go, I think I gotta get a mask.
I don't know how they do it. Dude.
It's
Yeah, you might have to get a
insane how
mask.
smelly New York is right now.
You should get a scream mask if you're gonna get a mask.
No, I just
I really agree with you. I don't know how they do it. And
I'm just like
100%
worried because
with you.
everybody's gonna be like, "It's fucking libtard," and I'm like, "No, it stinks. It stinks."
Danny's getting smelly. I was actually thinking that though, because you see all the people selling all this stuff and it smells like so bad, and you go, how do they do that? And I guess you were saying that they get used to it.
Yeah, you get used to. I mean, people work in like a fish processing.
No, this
plant.
is worse, dude. It's like I'm not getting used to. Yeah, I'm not. If I work at like the fucking sewage factory, I'm not getting used to it. I just don't. You hate it, I guess.
No, I think you do get used to it, but they're used to it.
You might. I actually
don't
won't get
know.
used to it.
Okay, well.
So, anyways, Chandler is trans or something. You're
No,
saying?
Chandler's mom was trans. Played by, I can't remember her name, but
Bette Midler.
No, not Bette Midler. But no, Chandler's mom was trans, and then throughout the whole show, they referred to
See,
her.
Bette Midler did a turf thing. Sorry, you keep.
That's what I said, Bette Midler. That's what I just said. Yeah,
I feel like I have a lot of things that reminded me of things today, but that happened recently.
this is how you.
This is how you remind me of Bette Midler's tweet. It's not like her to say sorry. I'm just looking at a Midler's Twitter.
Yeah. Anyways, she was trans on the show, which was pretty like groundbreaking to have like in the 90s.
Oh, she was like a
Chandler's.
cross-dresser.
It was no, you fucking bigot. What the fuck? If any of our sponsors are listening right now, no, she was not a cross-dresser.
If Imperial Oil-
she was a Esso. Exxon, Halliburton.
If Halliburton promo code BOYSCAST is listening, we're doing a sponsorship for
Raytheon. Just use code BOYSCAST
We're doing-
for 20% off your next fucking missiles.
Yeah, but it's only if you buy like a bulk order of oil. It has to be more than 8 mil. You get 10% off an order of any orders of oil over $8 million.
And free delivery.
And free delivery, where they just come and deliver you.
But anyways, no, she was like, his mom was trans. No, So yeah, his father was trans, so it was his mom, like a woman now, always a woman,
vaguely
never
remember
not
this.
a woman. I can't remember. She was married to Don Johnson, the actress.
Was it supposed to be wacky in the thing? Or
No, it was just like, it was pretty progressive. It was super progressive. She was literally trans, but it was played by a real woman, which is not progressive at all.
That's not okay.
Right? It's literally like really bad.
That's kind of fucked up, dude.
Super fucked
You should
up.
apologize for that.
Oh, she is. She's on a tour right now. Dude, she's wrote a check for $4 million because how fucked up this show was. Even though it was super progressive, but it made all the errors of like, so here's a trans person on TV because we don't want to.
Those rules didn't exist.
I know that, right? But they're being retroactively applied. But so here's a trans person, but it's played by a biological real woman, which you're not allowed to do.
It's like, getting mad at the guy that, that like freed the slave because he called the slave a slave.
Or whatever. Yeah. It's for sure. It's, shit changes. But anyways, in the show, they would always refer to her as Chandler's dad.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, there's like, oh, this is
That's
Chandler's
not
dad,
good.
and it was a woman.
That's gonna cost you.
Ooh, get out the checkbook. Ooh. Yeah, she's donating $1 million for
That's
every.
gonna cost you.
She's donating $1 million for every time they called her
Holy
Chandler's
shit.
dad.
That's so funny. Them like just in with her accountant, like going through the ledger of things they screwed up, and there's like, and you had this one person, then you had a criminal played by a black guy. Yeah, it's just a guy
He's
with
got
a
a little miser visor on, the green one. He's like,
cling 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 cling.
have you considered declaring bankruptcy?
Yeah. She's like, at one point, you called. You said you were going to the Chinatown to speak to the Chinaman about buying a Discman. Yeah, that'll cost your house.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say Discman anymore, so
Yeah, you can't say disc. It's disc person.
this person.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said the China thing. I wasn't even thinking about that. You guys disc person.
That's really bad.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna take your house. We're actually just gonna have a family of immigrants that now live in your fucking top floor, and you can stay in the basement. But you gotta give them notice when you want to come use the washer
Yeah,
dryer.
no, just standard stuff for paying for your crimes.
Whereas this girl could have just been out of the fucking map. Never heard from her ever again.
Absolutely.
Okay, so so we continue. I have a really good
What were we
thing
saying?
about it.
No, we were talking about. Yeah. Anyways, that's all it is. Is they just kept referring to her as Chandler's dad.
Yeah. Bette Midler basically said, she goes, it's not birth. She did the Dwight. She said it's not birthing person, it's woman.
Yeah.
And then all that she didn't realize. She thought it was like right wing people that were saying trans. Like it seemed like she misinterpreted.
This is what it is. I have it right here. She goes, women of the world, we are being stripped of our rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name. They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people or menstruators or even people with vaginas.
She's tying this into the abortion thing.
Don't let them erase you. Every human on earth owes you.
By the way, a lot of people from both sides were getting pretty mad at my abortion video.
Yeah, that means it's working.
I had people being like, I'm just so you know, I've unsubscribed and this is the most vile thing I've ever, going on and on, right? But
Yeah.
it wasn't pretty good at both sides.
Yeah, that's the ideal. At that point, you're really just getting like the stragglers, anyways. Like you're really
Getting rid
just
of
calling the flock,
Right.
You go,
exactly.
yeah, you weren't really gonna like me ever, anyways. You were kind of just one foot in the door. And
You liked one video.
yeah, I give you the fucking heave ho.
Well, there's a lot of times people will say, like, here's for example, like, let's say like for example, anyone that's kind of actually a fan's at least listen to like a few podcasts or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas they'd say stuff where it'd be like they'd misinterpreted like what my opinions and stances are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, whatever.
Or
But
they just don't like one thing and they go, I don't agree with this.
yeah, exactly.
I don't agree with your comedy.
Yeah. But I think so. Bette Midler was like, she thought it was like Clarence Thomas that did this. You know what I mean?
I think so, because the
She's like-
funniest is
she's like, well, maybe she saw Ben Shapiro saying birthing person, like, ironically, you know what I mean? And then she was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah, someone actually.
I'm like, what do you think? What's your synopsis?
Someone in the comments actually posted it because because the best was all the comments who were like, "Bet who's they?"
Yeah.
That's like who's they?
A lot
That's-
of people were saying to Bette Midler, like, this ain't it, Chief.
All their stuff, like
Wow.
whatever the opposite does.
Now
of
I have to delete Bette Midler off my Spotify too.
Yeah, but apparently there was an article in the New York Times that day because someone quoting, they go, she just read this because like she was really just like all those terms were in
So this was
article.
a New York Times
So she basically
talking
read an
point.
article in the New York Times about someone who was like maybe
It's an old person
like an
not getting
op-ed. She reads the thing and she's like never heard any of these terms
How
before.
probably pretty hard to be caught up.
Yeah,
if you're old.
and then she's also like, the New York Times would never lie to me.
Exactly.
Right? Like the fucking
She's like, even my
lying
precious
New York Times.
She's like, even my precious New York Times is, in cahoots with Brett Kavanaugh.
Exactly. And she goes, oh, New York Times doesn't like this. I don't like this. So then she posts this thing.
New York Times said they also don't like birthday.
Well, I don't know if they don't even like. They just said it. Yeah, there was an article about it, how like it's erasing women or whatever. But I think it was an op-ed, so it wasn't. Yeah, it was like almost like a turfy op-ed, and then she just like fucking hook, line, and sinker.
I think Bette Midler, if you're listening, 4 milli should do it.
At least.
We're gonna. We've realized that on the BOYSCAST for the last couple of years, we've only had white people hosting the show.
Yep.
We've had a cast of 100% white people.
100%.
Well,
I don't know. There's a lot of people in the comments.
Yeah.
Danny's not white.
A lot of people.
Danny's not white.
That is true. There's some people in the comments that might see it otherwise.
Yeah, there you go. What the fuck?
No, goddamn, he ain't. Goddamn, Danny ain't white. So fucking. Anyways, I think we will donate. We should donate. We're gonna donate $4 to a black person. I just did a random pick, and Larry Elder is who we came up with.
If it's random, it's random.
If it's random,
Lucky you.
We spin a wheel, and then we say we're just picking a random black person, donate $4 to Clarence Thomas.
The Clarence Thomas Vacation Fund.
Thomas the Tank.
You know what's wild with Clarence Thomas too is like he spends his summers in an RV, just like driving around the country.
Really?
It's like none of those people
Stopping abortions.
No, but like none of those people can
he
even
breaks
fucking
in and kicks down the door when a girl's getting an abortion. He's like a illegal abortion hunter. Like he's
He's got his fucking
his
bag, all his stuff, all his tools.
Exactly.
He can't even those guys cannot show their face in this country right now. That's
and maybe in the liberal parts.
Even still though, but they're still like everywhere. I don't know. There's always going to be some chick
think he
who
can't show his face
It's like the
and
Giuliani thing. How it's like Giuliani, like he can't go to a restaurant in like New York anymore. He gets fucking
Obviously
harassed.
not. His fucking hair will drip into his plate.
Those guys, people say
he's got to have his special eating utensils.
Those dudes are fucking laying it on the line for their principles.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You can't even fucking go eat at a restaurant. Like literally, if you go, never eat at a restaurant again, but you could like push this thing for it, I'd be like, I don't give a shit about that. I want to eat at a restaurant.
Oh yeah, fat boy, you. I don't care about restaurants. I would say, guess what? Most restaurants don't even serve pigs in a blanket, so me and Chestnut are open.
Yeah, so how about no abortions?
I mean, there's plenty of people that fucking feel the other way, but obviously Clarence Thomas at this exact moment is villain number one. But like, so that'll tide over or whatever, and then
which is why he needs our money.
This is why he needs our money. But that is so funny, just picking like a dude giving money to that, and it's like someone they would hate so much. But okay, so with the Friends thing though. This is the best part of this article. I was honestly laughing, like by myself, chuckling. Having a fucking giggle.
Having a little giggle.
It goes, she did this because when George Floyd happened, she realized she was Derek Chauvin, right?
Yeah.
And then she goes, David Schwimmer, he commented on it, right? So these guys are all still in the game, right? So they're going to make some comments. So David Schwimmer who played Ross, said he previously said the lack of the diversity on the show was wrong. So he's saying like at the time he said it was wrong. And he goes, and he had advocated for his character to date more women of color throughout the show.
Dirty dog.
Exactly. And then it says, I just really felt like Ross should date other people, women of all races. How funny is that? Especially in like the prime of these shows where a lot of these guys are probably banging the co-stars that come on for a day or two.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest celebrity in the world. He's like, they're like, they go, there was too many white people on the show. Like, I was saying forever that Ross needs to stick it to a fucking Latina. You mean you tell me you can get some mixed chicks in there? Ross had jungle fever, if you know what I mean.
Did Jerry ever date anybody not white?
I think so.
Did he?
A couple, yeah, but it's probably mostly white.
Pretty much white.
But I was loving that Ross coming out and being like, buddy, you think you're the first one to say that? The funny thing is,
fucking stale the roster's getting over here at Friends?
Yeah, they were like the cast. you know, the cast of Friends had too many white people. He was like, I've been saying that Ross should have been banging fucking Latinos the whole time. And they go,
Big booty Latinos, please. Latinas.
Yeah, they go, yeah, I've been saying that too. I fucking wanted an Indian chick. I wanted a fucking Asian chick. I kept bringing in pictures of different girls. Like, what about one of these? There's like a tiny Asian girl. Doesn't speak very good. I brought in a thick black chick. I go, huh? Right? I could give her a spin for a couple episodes.
Well, I will say culturally, we are now paying the price for this.
What do you mean?
Just society. In
Oh,
general.
we're all paying for
Yeah,
for
like
Friends.
when you look at what's on TV now, we are paying the price. For
It's
that.
yeah. So everyone
fucking trash.
Why you're saying white dudes are paying the price for fucking Schwimmer?
For Schwims. For fucking this chick.
Because Schwimmer
Because
couldn't
she
get
couldn't cast diversity, so now it's all
well,
just
Schwimmer wasn't good enough at saying
diversity
is getting
schlock.
Schwimmer was a big star. He could have said, "I'm not coming back for another season unless I get my spicy Latino chick."
I will say though, I've been watching a show. I only watched the first few episodes, so don't. Because the last show that I said I watched the first few episodes, I got fucking destroyed on for the Pentaveret. But remember I said I was watching that show, the Pentaveret, the Mike Myers show, and then I thought it was good.
You thought it was really good. People didn't like it.
Yeah,
that
they didn't
much.
like it. They didn't even like the fact
Everyone
that I
said it was
good.
corny, and you said it was.
Well,
like
I
the
watched
best
like the
thing you
first
ever
4
seen.
episodes. I thought it was funny. But anyways, I watched the first few episodes of this show, Hacks. You know what that is?
Nah, it's about your comedy career.
Yeah, it's on HBO. It's on HBO, but it's about this like it's basically like this old fucking essentially like a Joan Rivers type character comedian, but it is one of those shows where you go because it's like it's like the girl. It's very current in the sense of like the main chick in it like gets fired for a tweet, and it was like a tweet about like abortions are bad, like literally, and then she like loses her whole life over this fucking tweet, which makes not a lot of sense to be honest. And then she has to go like work for this chick, but it's one of those things where you're like, this is like all the diversity stuff force fed into your stuff, but it's actually not bad, and it's honestly a real accomplishment.
So good. Yeah.
It's not like the best show I've ever seen.
You
but
love it.
It's not bad.
Well, I also did a dive into a new show, and that show we talked about on the
Blue
podcast.
Bloods,
No,
season 2.
I'm done Blue Bloods. No, you told me about NCIS.
I told you about NCIS.
I didn't know about NCIS.
It's like the biggest show in the world for the last 20 years.
Literally hadn't
Never heard of it. There's like
Hadn't.
8 different locations.
Maybe I'd heard of it, but
There's like a Vegas. They have so many.
I don't know. I watched
All right.
SVU, CSI.
Well, it's a different. That's the competing.
And then I tried FBI, and I hated FBI. Because FBI was the one where it was like, oh, we have another, the KKK's another bombing in Brooklyn. Like, and it was like 4 episodes in a row. It was like a terrorist attack and it was just, I always like, the terrorist attack was always like a incel or whatever, but it was like the same plot line over and over again. It was just, FBI was crappy.
NCIS is not a Dick Wolf one, right? Like that's basically the competitor to the Dick Wolf.
I guess it was the
world.
original. Anyways, we talked about it on the
Yes.
show, and I watched a few episodes. I don't like it, but I also started at like back in the day, so it's hard to watch an 80s show, or basically, right? But the thing that was interesting on the topic of this, which is why I'm saying it, is it really is all white people, right?
Yeah.
And except for the odd like army guy that's not part of the cast, right?
And all the villains.
No,
Even the villains are still white?
No, there's not really black villains. No,
That's what. Oh, okay.
That's not that common.
But they're not brown.
no, because it's not really the odd terrorist thing, but it's not really what the show is.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like terror.
never seen it.
There's a couple terror plot lines, yeah, but it's not like the main. Whatever. The cast is all white people, and I was thinking when I was watching it, I go, this is like a dying breed of character. There's basically like it was like a dumb white guy, kind of like a who's the guy who played like a Brendan Fraser-y type guy. He's the main character. He's basically dumb, almost shouldn't be there. Like, you know, just kind of like the type of guy that his dad would be the boss, and he worked his way to the
course,
top.
yeah.
And he literally doesn't do any work. He just walks around the office like sexually harassing the girls. And I was like, it would be every person from the staff, like the other girls that work there. He's like, oh, I know you got a tattoo down there. Come on, what do you say? And then he's like, oh, like every girl that comes in that's like, you know, my husband's, you know, just got arrested. And he's like, you know, well, maybe you get a new husband. Like he goes on a date with
he's
the
just
girl.
a
every
dog.
time. He's this like dog guy. It's just like, that's a defunct character in
But
cinema.
he's still on it, right? He's a new because he's like
I don't know.
It's
This
you're
was 25 years ago.
You're talking about Mark Harmon?
I don't know. Is that his name?
I think so. I mean, if it's who you're talking about, he's still the star of the show today.
Really? Well, he went.
Go watch some new episodes, see how it's changed.
Okay,
I'm not
I'll
watching
report
the show.
back with the new ones. But basically, that guy would definitely be. He's like, there's no chance like that guy working in Hollywood, you know, like average kind of decently looking, like actor-y looking guy, white guy.
Yeah.
That was probably, those guys were booking stuff. You know what I mean? Dane Cookie style look. Whereas now I just think about how depressing it is to be that fucking model of guy trying to be an actor right now.
Dude, think about if you're just like a hot chick trying to be a model too. I don't know. It's just-
Chicks get better deal than white guys.
well, they get a better deal because you can just marry a rich guy and whatever.
Yeah, but you get a better deal because you can be like a fucking oppressed woman, you know?
Not if you're white.
But some
not
of
if
them
you're
are pulling it
Not if
off.
you're like a fucking 10 and white and
Some
skinny.
of them are pulling it off, I guess.
I don't know.
Well,
It's tough.
Definitely that show's got some defunct fucking people. Even the boss, he walks around, he like slaps people on the head and stuff like that. You're just like, all right.
I might have to watch an episode of NCIS.
It's old school. Gonna take a quick second here to tell you fellas about a sponsor we know, we love, which is Babbel. If you got an upcoming trip planned or there's a million other reasons you might be interested in learning a language for your summer travels, whether you're going abroad or you're staying domestic and you know someone, maybe you have a relative, maybe you have a girl that you're trying to get to know a little better and you want to talk to her in the sweet, sweet native tongue. Babbel is a language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy to use bite-sized language lessons. There's never been a better time to learn a new language, and Babbel's made it easier than ever. With Babbel, you only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson, so we can start having real-life conversations in a new language in as little as 3 weeks. So that means if you're going in a month, you still have time, you know? Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel's lessons were created with over 150 language experts, so they got a little more of a human touch. The teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose between 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German, plus the speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and accents. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories. So a lot of fun, different ways to learn, even live classes. And it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. So start your new language learning journey at Babbel. And right now, you can save up to 60% off your subscription. Woohoo! When you go to babbel.com/boyscast, that's babbel.com/boyscast for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Getting back into the show. But speaking of, we're not speaking about it at all. Speaking of,
Now that's a segue.
speaking of the things that we're speaking of, someone else was talking to someone about something.
Okay.
Okay, this is the clip that I gotta play. All right, we ready, ladies and gents? Coming at you. Clip coming in 3, 2. I have a Boy Scouts folder here that has disappeared. Okay, the clip is on its way. People saw this.
Play the clip.
It's Jordan Peterson. I got the clip. Oh,
yeah.
So Jordan Peterson, as you know, we've been saying he's a little grumpy lately, right?
Little Grumpy.
Grumpy P, right?
Grumpy P. Grandmaster Grumpy P.
Grandmaster Grumpy P. And this was one when this came out. So Jordan Peterson took the big money deal at Daily Wire, right? He took the Neil Young fucking Spotify deal. He took the money bags, right?
Yeah.
And my buddies were even sending me like, "What's going on with Jordan Peterson?" And I go, "He's grumpy now." I'm just telling everyone. I go, "Yeah, he's grumpy now."
Oh, he's grumpy.
So this is what he posted.
And I'm not taking down that tweet or acknowledging that my tweet violated the Twitter rules. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Twitter's a rat hole in the final analysis. And I
Okay, it goes on and on. He's in like a dark room. It's a lit up movie.
Yeah.
But Up Yours was killing
Up
me.
yours, Twitter.
You know how to do the thing. So Jordan Peterson, he posted the Elliot Page thing saying she's a dude or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, I think those are exact words.
He just called her, but he dead named her.
He said he goes, she's a dude, and he spelt dude D like 00D. But
That is insane.
that was
is a
peak
legit
grumpiness.
violation of fucking Twitter's policy.
It is insane.
It's a crazy thing. Like, that can get you kicked off of Twitter.
Well, so yeah, I was like the up yours legitimately made me laugh, and then I watched it like 3 more times. Up yours.
Like the N is beside the M on the keyboard. If he wrote ELLEM page, does he get kicked off?
Well,
Is that a violation?
no.
Just one letter. And
I
you
think
go,
it's
no.
one letter off. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So, he's making a whole publicity statement. And as you know, I'm currently kicked off of TikTok.
I know.
So I got my profile taken down from TikTok at 350K.
Yeah. Up yours, TikTok.
That's what I'm saying.
Suck my cock, TikTok.
At least all Jordan Peterson has to do is delete his tweet. I don't even know how to get mine back. I have to literally go to fucking TikTok headquarters and start sucking dudes
Dude, you got
off.
literally fucking one-way ticket to Beijing.
Up yours, TikTok. I can't do the impression. I need to do my lit video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My video that's fucking lit, dude. No, but like darkly, dimly lit video.
Yeah.
It's me sitting there with a bunch of, Japanese kind of, Chinese anime in the background and stuff like this. I go, you Chinese rats.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how that goes.
I got double kicked
Gotta
off.
get kicked off of whatever platform you post that on. Ryan's going to be fucking platformless.
Now you listen here, GG Ping. We'll see who cancels who. TikTok. Tick suck my cock.
Yeah.
You know what? TikTok. First they come for Ryan Long. TikTok. That goes the clock.
You know what's crazy?
Before they come for you. TikTok. Yeah. So if you're listening, up yours, TikTok.
If the CCP's listening,
yeah, if this,
which they always are. So.
If the CCP's listening, no. The thing is, if the CCP was listening, they only listen in 30-second increments because they can only that's their attention span.
Yeah, that's their attention
So
span.
they already had to like flipped up to another podcast. That's what the CCPs like. People have to listen in.
Yeah,
And the people they have that set up like a TikTok, so they're just like conversation.
Nothing. You see that guy Alex Berenson's back on Twitter?
What happened to him? What's his deal?
He was a big fucking like anti-vax guy who got booted off of Twitter, and then he sued Twitter, and then they
Nice.
put him back on today. And he's not like him and Elon Musk had a back and forth because he basically said that like the government like requested he's not allowed to talk about it because he has this like whole,
Are you're gonna airing it out?
No, it's on Twitter. I'm saying he's not allowed to talk about because Elon Musk was specifically like, so what did the government do to get you kicked off of Twitter? And he's like, I'm not allowed to discuss that as part of like whatever. There's like an ongoing suit or whatever the fuck. But he basically sued Twitter, and he's back on today. And he's like this really like notorious anti-vax guy. He was on Rogan.
Well, I know another guy that got kicked off a platform, and he got his lawyers involved, and that's how he got it back on.
Oh, there you go. Who's that? What do you know?
I think it was.
All right. Well, we need we need a fucking
I'm pretty
video
sure
guy, and we need a
Shay-
lawyer.
Shay told me this, but I'm not sure. I think Shay Durena told me this, and it might have been fucking Nima, but it was someone.
Oh,
that, someone that got lawyers involved, and the fucking lawyers got their fucking account back.
Interesting.
The lawyers of a team, the dream team, bust down the door. And they go, "We want him back." They go, "This is Facebook." He goes, "All right." They get back in the
Where's
car.
Twitter? Is their offices nearby?
I was told it was in the big one in San
I thought this
Francisco.
was a whole district of social media companies. No?
He comes back.
Shit.
Anyway, hey, we want our client back. I'm doing the Jewish voice. Yeah. We want our client back on TikTok. He goes, "This is Snapchat. Keep it moving."
Keep it moving, pal. You want 4 doors down.
This is Uber Eats. All right, keep it going.
I wonder if Peterson
Up
was,
yours, TikTok.
up your Snapchat.
Yeah, so that's what happens when they ban me.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson at least can get his back. I don't even have to get mine back.
Yeah.
I think I will because I've been messaging.
It's honestly for him. It's better.
I'm being such a pain. I'm bothering everyone and using every connection I have. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm
Well, it sucks.
pestering people. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for him, it's honestly, I think, better that he's not on there anymore.
Way better.
He's doing damage to the brand.
Way better.
Yeah.
Not better for us though. I started enjoying it.
Yeah, not better for us, but better for him, I think.
I was enjoying the outburst.
Wasn't helping him.
How are we gonna know which supermodels he thinks hot and which ones he wouldn't smash?
That's a good point.
That's the honest. The truth is, Jordan Peterson was using Twitter as his own personal smasher pass.
I'm sure that'll be one of his shows on fucking Daily Wire. It's Smash or Pass with Jordan Peterson. Pass. Pass. Pig. Pass. Smasher.
wouldn't smash with your dick.
I wouldn't smash with Ben Shapiro's sister's cock. All right, Jordan. Let's get you back on those SSRIs.
We were kind of thinking you would do a show about the
Like
Marxism
and culture wars and stuff.
and
you would have thought wrong.
Fuck, you can do a good Peterson. I was really, Jordan, we gave you $20 million here. I know we kind of said you had creative control for the show. He used to smash your pass, and if he passed the big button, the dunk tanks him.
Yeah, you spent a lot of money on the floor so you could have the fucking floor drop out and send them out. And
Welcome to Jordan Peterson.
it's my money.
Welcome to Jordan Peterson Smash Your Pass.
Dude, you know how many fucking Daily Wire subscribers they would get if they've new ones? If they go, there's a show called Smash Your Pass with Jordan Peterson. Shit.
Pass. Yeah, I'm not putting the Canadian accent.
Yeah, you
on
gotta put
it.
the Canadian accent.
Pass.
It's that real Alberta.
Yeah,
you
it's
gotta get
Alberta.
that fucking Berta in there.
I can't do it. That's great, though. Jordan Peterson Smash Your Pass. Jordan Peterson, we really okay. He walks into the Daily Wire office and he goes, "All right, gather around, everyone. I've decided what I'm gonna do. Jordan Peterson's Bachelor."
And then there'll be like one trans. No, there'll be like one trans woman. It's called Jordan Peterson's Honeypot. Jordan Peterson's Trap.
Catch the trap.
Catch the trap. Catch the trap. Jordan Peterson.
All right. He starts small though. He just gives them all a smirk.
And he goes, she's quite ugly. I think that's the one. They go, Well, get her out of here anyways. She's very ugly. Not beautiful. Shit.
Jordan Peterson Smash Your Pass.
That's good.
Here's where he gets them all together. Okay. All right, there you go.
That was good.
Also, there's one last thing that's making me laugh about that article. So, in a turn of events, they put, it's funny reading this in the article. Conservative nonprofit PragerU declared that the organization stands with Jordan Peterson.
Oh! Really?
We could have gone either way. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we had a meeting of the minds over at PragerU. It was a close call, but
It's a close call. We almost went the other way where we
they have their own version of the Supreme Court. It's 5-4 decision, but we sided with Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, Dennis Prager almost fucking put his hammer down and said we're releasing the article. Fucking, we support Jordan Peterson's deplatforming. It was either that. It was like, we had two buckets and we sort of did a coin toss. It was either we support Jordan Peterson's deplatforming or we stand with Peterson.
It's just so crazy that like these platforms can have different rules. Like, why does something get you kicked off of Twitter and not YouTube? Like, how is there? I know. I mean, obviously, I'm sure it's been said a million times, but how is there not just like a standard rule that applies to all social media?
Who should make that rule, Danny? You?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Me and Jordan Peterson.
Mm-hmm. DPJP.
Yeah.
That'd be an okay show. DPJP, and then he starts banging you, and you go, wait a second. That's
pass.
My name is DP. Well, I wouldn't have got you if I didn't do that. I got a little closer there.
Bite down.
Well, I wouldn't have hired you. Or what am I doing wrong? Fuck.
You got to do Kermit from Alberta.
Well, I wouldn't have hired you. How's that? Nah.
It's all right. Just keep getting there.
My Jewish might even be worse than that.
No, it's better than that.
Anyways, shout out to JP. The fucking
JP.
Yeah, but okay, we're gonna do one more thing. This is a goodie, a newie, but a goodie.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a Slate article, right? You know how the Slate, people ask for their advice?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So should I remove my son from an activity because he loves it, because I'm morally opposed to it? And basically it's a woman, her son's in Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And she just says the Boy Scouts, she doesn't like them.
A little too based.
A little too based for...
Based Scouts.
Exactly, right? My 7-year-old cunt is in Cub Scouts. He's 7 years old, right? And he loves it. Me, not so much.
Not so much.
Yeah. And not so much. So basically, he's kind of learned to use a knife, and she was like, well, did they finish teaching you what you do with the knife?
When does he learn how to sew?
When does he learn how to cut the wang off?
I mean, they do learn how to sew, though.
Yeah, you're right.
That is like my friend. Only guy I know in my life who can sew is my friend Cohen.
That's
and he's
probably
really
true.
good at sewing, and he learned it in fucking Cub Scouts.
But she's probably looking at his badges, and it's like hiking, like
Yeah.
fucking, and none of them are
like you know how many
none of them
you
are
could get him to
sewing.
work on fucking cranking out pink pussy hats.
That's what I'm saying. You could do that. You're right. So that's a good one. But she doesn't have any like doing the dishes. She doesn't have any like being an ally medals. She doesn't have any,
there's
like,
no ally badge.
stopping Islamophobia.
No,
No.
that does not exist.
It seems to go against everything I've been trying to teach my boys. There's a lot of God and patriotism, so there's some, godly men out there. At every meeting, they promise to be clean and reverent, to do their duty to God and be morally straight, which makes them cringe. Anything straight sort of makes her cringe, right? What's the fuck you tell me about straight? It's like, no, we just want him to stand straight. I still don't like it.
Yeah, no good.
You could, I guess you could probably do the Boy Scouts without God, but I guess that's
I guess that's just a part of it. I'm sure there
Kinda
is
like
a
Alcoholics
version.
Anonymous.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's
I'm sure the New
a
York version's a little less
non-God.
godly.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a no God Boy Scouts alternative. I guarantee
Right.
there is.
She says, we are atheists, which the program technically bans. I didn't know the Boy Scouts said they technically ban them.
atheism. When she says technically, I feel like there's a very loose interpretation happening right there. by
Yeah,
her.
I don't think it's like for 7-year-olds to go fucking hiking.
Yeah, 7 goes, I don't really know about God. Go get the fuck
You're
outta
banned.
here. Banned.
Banned. Banned for life. That seems unlikely, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't have. Well, I guess y'all also maybe just don't put them in the first place if it's like if it's
Yeah, you can learn how to tie knots like a lot of
It's
different
like, well, it's obvious this woman doesn't want her son in Boy Scouts. She wants her son in like
Girl Scouts.
She legitimately wants her son in Girl Scouts. That's correct. And you know what? That's what I was kind of thinking. Even I bet you this is the type of thing in like 6 months we'll see an article pop out like why my son's in Girl Scouts
Yeah, of
now.
course.
You know what I mean? And that's okay. And everyone else's son should be.
Didn't they do a thing where you can put boys in Girl Scouts now? or
Yeah, they've
something?
had they'd be girls and Boy Scouts
Or whatever, both
I don't
ways?
think anyone's doing it the other way around. It's always just girls trying to.
I
Get
mean, if
involved
you're
in guys'
fucking
things.
a real ally with your son, you'd be like, fucking, I'm gonna do you a solid right here. Throw you over in the Girl Scouts. Enjoy.
Yeah. You're gonna be an ally and that you're lying down.
Son's a bit of a pussy hound. Put him in Girl Scouts.
Bit of a hound. But yeah, it is the girls were always trying to get in the Boy Scouts because they're like, why do they have to go to Girl Scouts? It's like, well, then tell Girl Scouts to fucking teach fucking throwing rocks and stuff if that's what you want to do. She wants there was all these parents of girls that were like, why can't my girl learn about fucking jail yard etiquette?
Yeah. I mean, you can.
Starting fires. It's like, I don't know. Tell them to do that. But I think the idea is like, you're around a bunch of boys. It's not a co-ed event. You're learning to be a boy. Up until recently, the Boy Scouts also had anti-gay policies, not for the leaders, if you know what I'm saying.
That was the whole thing. It was like, if you want to fuck kids, you become a Scoutmaster.
That's pretty, I mean,
It's hacky at this point.
it is hacky to say. It basically, the bottom line is it's just all things that have all things where it's like a grown man that isn't related that gets to go work with a bunch of kids. Is always the little bit of a fishy guy that goes to get involved in that platform.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Actually, that's not true. My friend's dad.
That's actually pretty reasonable.
Well, my friend who did the Scouts and his dad was like a Scoutmaster.
Yeah, if you're in it, like in your
Yeah, but
son's
he's
in
like-
it.
yeah, he's in
I
it,
just
he's in
said
it.
without the son.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, if right now I told you I'm gonna go coach grade 6 fucking some grade 6 team, you'd be like, all right, what are you doing? But if I said if you had a son that was on the team, it's like obviously super normal. When a kid teach grade 6.
Why can't
male
we should really
trampoline.
start normalizing just lone wolf single dudes just teaching sports?
Normalizing it? It's the pedophiles. What are you talking about?
I'm kidding.
Oh, I see what you're saying. He's a Scoutmaster, but not a monster.
Yeah. Right. It's like, what do you mean they're pedophiles? Like, oh yeah.
I'm a scout. I'm a Boy Scout, but I'm not a monster. Yeah. It seems like a no-brainer that this group isn't for us, but my son loves it. Our den gives the option of community service instead of going to the church for the duty of God badge. That's the thing we've talked about before, where it's like, I mean, it is the where we grew up version of like, or I guess the growing up in the church, the Christian area version of like, I'm joining the metal band and worshiping the devil, right?
Yeah.
But it's just like it's funnier the other way around, where it's like the like hipster mom being like, You better not be praying in there.
Totally. I go, I mean, again, too, like this whole fucking Scouts thing is because they have this like duty to God badge.
No,
It,
you
like,
walk in-
started when there were no atheists.
Dude, you walk. Yeah, totally. But you walk in, your son's on his knees. You go, there better be a dick somewhere around here.
Where is he?
No, I swear, there's a guy in the closet with his pants down.
There fucking better be. You're fucking praying.
What's that book? I swear, I'm just using as a cum rag, Mom.
He's got like a fucking giant Playboy, opens it up, it's cut out. There's a Bible.
Giant Playgirl.
Yeah, Playgirl. She goes, that's fucking right.
Yeah, he has a giant gay porn like fucking calendar spread.
It's like Shawshank style.
Anal
It's inside
gangbang
of it.
number 4, and you open it up and it's the Bible.
Tiny Bible.
Then he's got his squeaky. He's got to go read the Bible under his bed. I get you praying in there. There's going to be consequences. It seems like a no-brainer that this group isn't for us. Okay. Other than the pledge in the beginning, I've heard comments about masks and losing freedoms. I've even seen a Let's Go Brandon flag in one of the leaders' garage. Right? Can you imagine?
Word.
Oh my word.
Let's go, Brandon flag.
She goes, but overall, people have been friendly and welcoming and hasn't talked about politics. But that must have been a horror. I guess this girl lives somewhere probably where most people are pretty normal, right?
It probably lives in like Dallas.
I mean, you're not going to see a Let's Go Brandon flag in the home of someone living in
New York?
Los Angeles, right?
No. Or if it is, it's some
Except for Kodak
ironically-
Black. He fucking hates Brandon.
Oh, really?
Dude, Kodak Black got pardoned by Trump, and he always
Oh, yeah, I
he
forgot
just
about
like he always has these new videos where it's like he got a new Trump flag, and he just like he does these videos of just like him the rappers will just like randomly post like them talking to camera for 5 minutes kind of saying nothing.
Yeah.
He does these like rambling videos where it's just like, Joe, we got to get that motherfucking Joe out, and he goes, Trump, we only gave him 4 years, motherfuckers need 8 years to get it done, what I'm saying? He's just going on and on, right? But he does these like all the time.
I mean, yeah. Biden's objectively not great. So
Yeah.
there's that too.
Well, Kodak also got escaped 10 years of jail because of Donald Trump.
I know. He got a fucking full pardon.
Yeah, fair to say
Presidential
you might
pardon.
have quite the affinity towards him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But seeing a Let's Go Brandon flag must be legitimate horror show for her. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
comes
just like
in.
I'm sure she would feel exactly the same way if she went to someone's garage and there was a fuck Trump there. Right? She would be like, this is...
She'd... no, if she saw swastika,
No,
she
I'm
would
kidding.
say,
Obviously she
obviously
wouldn't,
you were
no.
kidding. I just
Yeah.
didn't have the punch for me.
Okay.
So I was like, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, maybe you aren't kidding because I hope you're not kidding.
Oh.
I hope that wasn't supposed
I
to
hope
be
that was supposed to not be funny.
Let's go. Brandon would do her in. If she fucking has her son ever comes and has anything fucking, she even mentions the name Brandon, her ears are going to perk up. She goes, yeah.
There are a lot of people whose children are named Brandon who are like Biden supporters who probably that's.
Oh, they have to. Yeah, they're like, hey, I hope Brandon does good. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
They're like giving fucking nicknames to their kids just until Biden's out of office.
That must be such an annoying thing for someone. Yeah, like a super fucking hardcore, anti-Trump guy. Your son's name is Brandon. That must do you.
There's
That
a
must
lot of them.
Put you in the fucking loony bin.
I bet you there's a lot of those.
I've talked to my son about why I don't think we should continue, but he's just 7 and wants to go build cars and go fishing. It's pretty funny, right? Dude, you have to sit your son down and your son's like, hey, Mom, I'm going to go. Yeah, why can't I go to Scouts this week? And you go, there's a Let's Go Brandon flag in the garage. You go, what is that? And you go, it's about Joe Biden. You go, who's that guy that you love more than Dad? Is that about this guy that you always talk about more
She goes,
than
it's
you
about
talk
the
about
president.
Dad?
And he goes, I don't know who the president is.
I don't really know what a president is, but I want to go fishing. I don't think you're listening to me. They talked about freedom.
You're done with the Cubs, okay?
They talked about freedom. Are you fucking not listening?
But I like freedom.
They don't like masks. This guy, what's also possible? That this guy, he gets to go to like take his mask off for 2 seconds. You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
probably the only 2 hours a fucking week he gets to take his mask
He's
off.
the one kid in like the group photo, the whole scout, and he's got the mask.
Totally. He's got the N95 on, even, in the middle of the woods by himself.
On. Yeah.
That's the only time he
think
gets
he's
a little bit of breathed freedom. It doesn't help that his best friend's parents are the leaders of the program. Sounds like your kids are gonna be fine. Like he's just a normal Boy Scout.
Yep.
I haven't, he goes, with the recent Supreme Court rulings, I just can't stomach these meetings anymore. This kid, you can't get abortions anymore, so you can't go to Cubs anymore. What's an abortion? Well, when me, your dad, and some of our orbits get together. These guys should turn it up on her, you know what I mean? Just show up and be like, we got you some cupcakes. Like, you know, election was stolen cupcakes, just shit like that.
I mean, she's literally turning her kid into a Republican. Just
100%. And he is supposed to march in the 4th of July parade. It gets worse. There's Let's Go Brandon flags kicking around. They talked about freedoms. They don't like masks, and on top of everything, now he's marching in a parade. No, I know. At first I thought, good. Guess which parade? Yes, obviously.
Sadly, it wasn't the one in June.
Yeah, obviously that was my initial thought too. I was so proud of him.
Do you think maybe there's
I
the
even
deal?
bought him a ball gag.
Maybe that's the deal. I go, look, if you march in gay pride, I'll let you march on 4th of July. It's like, I'm 7.
Fireworks went pretty hard in where we went to
On 4th of July?
yeah, but where were
On
they?
the,
It was
on the Hudson River?
Yeah, there was
They're all right. The good ones are on the East River.
one guy kept botching it though. He probably yelled out 9 times, "Grand finale!"
Yeah, the guy
Messed up
behind
the
us.
finale,
Yeah, grand finale. And you're like, it's pretty clear when it's the grand finale because
I know, this guy was botching
the
it.
tempo like clearly picks up.
Yeah, but we had a
Grand finale.
He said it like 3 times, dude. The third time I was just
I think he
embarrassed
started.
for him.
Well, he kept saying it, and then I think he got so bad that he kept missing it. Then now he just like it became a joke to
I think
him.
it had to.
Yeah, he goes, and I was yelling it out. I was like,
Okay.
grand finale.
Oh, this guy was botched it. But they were rocking. The fireworks were pretty solid. And I went to the Rockaway Beach first, too. Had a whole fucking big day. And there was a...
Rockaway.
Tell you what, when you go an hour outside of the city, there's a 8,000% increase in dudes hosing off their driveways.
Well, they have driveways.
Yeah, I
There's
know.
just an 8,000% increase in
There's
driveways.
some, there's places around. It's like the Seinfeld episode where the guy's always hosing it off. But something about when you turn 50 that your driveway just needs to be hosed, you know?
Yeah, you gotta hose it.
Older men love...
I thought it was like an Italian thing.
It's any ethnicity, any like white ethnicity, I think.
I don't think my dad's ever hosed their driveway down.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I obviously don't mean Jewish. They don't like anything physical, but you know what I mean. Like
No, my dad does physical shit all the time. My dad
Spanks
fucking
me.
laid the driveway.
laid pipe on your
The
mom.
bricks for the driveway, but he just doesn't.
Really?
Yeah. He did it himself, but he doesn't fucking. He doesn't hose that shit down.
Well, it's more of like Italian, Portuguese,
Yeah.
Macedonian. You know that.
Those
kinda-
Macedonians.
Those types.
Yeah.
Greek guys like hosing.
Gotta have a
driveway
nice
down.
clean drive.
They like a nice clean driveway. He's supposed to go to the 4th of July parade, but I have no desire to celebrate America right now. I've checked and I cannot find any different groups in our area. So she wants to pull him out and put him in like a
Girl Scouts.
We don't like Brandon group. You know? Brandon's bad Scouts. Yeah, she wants to put him in Girl Scouts, obviously, but.
Yeah.
The husband says, it could be wrong to make him quit. The husband must be, he might be fucking pansy as well. But he goes, my husband says it's wrong of me to make him quit. But he's 7. Isn't my job to teach him morals? I'm so torn what to do. So this is a brainwashed mom that'd be a fucking pain in the ass. But this is all my suspicions, though. Then we've said some version of it. But it's like, when I hear this mom talk, it just reminds me so fucking much of my one friend who had like the most overprotective mom ever, where it was like she wanted, the type of mom that's like you wear a life jacket in the pool, showing up like he'd be at someone's house and he wouldn't have called her in 2 hours, and then she would just drive around, like find where we're skateboarding and just like show up and be like, get in the car.
Yeah.
It was just like the most overprotective person in the world, and those people got to now think to themselves like, no, I'm actually like I'm saving the world, but not only I'm not some like unprotected mother, I'm like on the right side of history.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I'm fighting fascism by like,
oh my God,
me giving my kid elbow pads.
I don't know if there's a more misused word right now than fascism and fascist and all that shit. That's when Alex Stein was getting protested and all these people were calling him a fascist, and I'm like, you're trying to like shut down a comedy show.
Yeah, I know.
I think you're the fascists.
I know. But one more thing is that you were talking about this Just for Laughs NFT. You've been on this, right?
I've been on it. I just was the other night. I was sitting at home lamenting all my crypto losses.
Yeah.
And then I was like, just trying to learn.
Hold on.
I don't have them anymore, but I was trying to just maybe learn something about.
Wait, you sold everything?
I haven't had any crypto for fucking 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Anyways, but I was just thinking about it, and then I just remembered these shitty Just for Laughs NFTs that came out. I mean, dude, it's one of those things when you're in a bubble, when you're on the when you're on the other side of the bubble, you go like, there could not have been more signs.
Yeah, it's like looking back.
Holy fuck, they were just hitting you over the head nonstop. Just nonstop hitting you over the head. But I just remembered. I go, oh yeah, there was these Just for Laughs.
Some guy
NFTs.
was like, end up being violent, and the girl being like, there was no signs. Cut back to him just punching drywall. Like, you know what
exactly, I mean? And just like,
Skinning
doing this thing with the knife. No signs. But anyways, Just for Laughs. Like, I believe it was 1 day or 2 days after Bitcoin topped.
Okay.
Like within 1 or 2 days, Just for Laughs, which is like the comedy organization, they have the festival, announced that they were coming out with Just for Laughs NFTs. And it wasn't even like bits by comedians. It looked like an NBA Top Shot, but it was just like their fucking that weird green guy.
Yeah, and it was probably not even that famous of comedians either.
No, there were no comedians.
Oh,
they weren't even comedians. It was just like the Just for Laughs logo. And like the fucking green guy that is the mascot of Just for Laughs. Yeah, exactly, right? And it like spins around or whatever. Like, I don't know. It was less. I mean, again, none of them have utility, but this was like really nothing.
Really crappy.
And then
it's a picture of a fucking TV logo. It's like
it's a little animation. It's
I gotcha, but like,
yeah,
you know, it's an animation for like a TV show.
Who has such an affinity to the Just for Laughs brand?
No one.
That they want to own this.
Zero.
Like, dude, honestly, if you go, okay, show me like an episode, a clip from Just for Laughs gags, like closer to like a Top Shot of you pushing like you go to some woman, you be like, hey, can you just like watch my baby? And then, you know, they skulk away, and then someone comes in, they push the baby in oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
And then the woman's in tears because she thinks the baby just died. I'll buy that one. I guess that's something. This is just nothing.
That's something. Give me the guy with the blind cane or the cop.
All that stuff, you know, like a fucking porta potty. Like someone goes, I got to use the porta potty,
Just
and then they take
such bangers.
Dude, by the way, Just for Laughs gags.
Gags is
gags is like the whole. That's the whole thing. Anyways, but you know the one where the guy goes, can I just a blind guy goes to use the porta potty, and then the construction company comes and takes the porta potty away with the guy in it.
They were the corniest gags, and I still loved them.
Some of them are really good, and the show's genius because there's no speaking.
That's the whole reason. It's because French people made a show, so they made it, you know, with no speaking because that's the only way it could be worldwide. But they basically would have, you know, 40 times a season they'd have a, you know, blind guy falling into a manhole.
Yeah.
Like, and then people would just jump in the manhole after them, and then they'd be like, gotcha.
He was great. Yeah, it was honestly great. But
the cop pulls you over, and he's, you know, his pants actually fall off, and he's got a bra and panties on.
Totally.
Would be offensive now.
Yeah.
Or it'd be people pull over.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that? Why is this funny?
Exactly. Why is
nothing funny here.
Pitching that in the room now.
But yeah, anyways,
the most ridiculous ones. Some of the ones were so stupid because mostly when you do these kind of gags, the idea is you get a reaction. But some of them were just a gag where it's like, then they just cut to the person's face and people are like, whoa. Like they weren't involved. Like there's one where basically a guy with a blind cane, a lot of blind cane gags, he's walking on a construction site and he accidentally walks in the construction site onto the beam. Yeah. And then he was walking on the beam without noticing it. And then the beam goes right up to the next beam.
Yeah. That's like
yeah, I know, but they just keep like Mr. Magoo style, and they just keep cutting to people's faces that are like, because there's nothing they could do even. So it's like there's no payoff for the bit, right?
So I'm looking right now at the Just for Laughs NFTs. They're all sold out. Their first NFT, which was at a winning bid of, I wonder if this is still worth this, $5,110. It's for the first ever.
That sounds like someone trying to pump it.
The audience
like
laughed for the first time. I'm sure someone who worked there bought it.
Yeah, just someone pumping
optics.
it.
Yeah, like it was a wash sale. Mm-hmm. But anyways, yeah, so they had these NFTs, and I was just thinking, you know, I wonder if that was a good marker of the top, and it was the absolute.
It was literally the day before it crashed.
I mean, it didn't crash because it didn't crash all at once. It's
started
not like it went
going
60,
down. No, that was the top.
That was the top.
The literal top was
if
Just
you
for
shorted
Laughs selling
fucking crypto,
$5,000 picture of their logo.
It just says ha ha ha, and the description is July 1983. The audience laughed for the very first time at Just for Laughs.
I'd love to see what trash Gary Vee and Logan Paul sold the day before the top too. You know what I mean? Like, and
I mean, they're still doing NFTs.
No, I know, but like, what was Gary Vee? What kind of fucking nonsense was Gary Vee hawking the day before the top?
Oh, Who knows?
A NFT of a strand of his
But
hair.
I will say and at least the Gary Vee stuff, you go, okay, but like he
They're
has
like
these
passive to a thing.
conventions
Yeah,
and
yeah,
at least there's something.
I know,
This
I know.
is less than nothing. Like you show up to someone's house, you go, oh, you want to see my like sick NFT collection? You go, what do you got? Bored apes? You got mutant apes? You go, no, I have this just for laughs. It was the first time they ever did a thing in 1983.
Picture of their logo.
Yeah, their logo or Victor,
Shit.
the Victor collection.
Okay, and then before we go, I have a bit of a surprise for you.
Yeah,
So I looked on. I looked
It's
on.
not Project Veritas showing up, is it? I got a bit of a surprise for you. Who's at the door? It's fucking James O'Keefe.
Listen, you fucking Jew.
What did I do?
No. So you know a certain Facebook group, a certain blank trading zone.
Yeah.
So there's the zone that's a venting zone, and I dated a girl that was in it 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And then she let me into the thing. In our early days of the podcast, we used to read all the
Yeah, that was the best with the chick who was mad that her son was peeing.
And I thought that
Wouldn't
I was
pee sitting
kicked
down.
out of it, but I think someone just shut it down and it's back up because I just randomly had one show up on my feed. So I went into a deep dive and it's still kicking and I'm back in. And it's basically, it started out as this Facebook group. You have to get invited in and there's no way that someone like me would slip by again before.
No.
Now you have to get like recommendations and it's very tight knit group, right? But
Yeah.
somehow I'm in it and they hadn't noticed yet. So
For now.
for now, yeah. But basically, well, I'm not. That's why I'm not saying it because I know people are going to try to get in
Smart,
and then
smart.
they're going to ruin it for me.
Smart.
But it used to be my favorite thing to screenshot and send everything. But it started out with people being like someone cut in front of me in line today, or slow walkers are so annoying. And then within a year and a half, it turned into like my uncle's an Islamophobe.
yeah. As you will.
My fucking I just had to find out that my uncle voted Republican in 1974.
I mean, is there anything better than the girl who's just mad at her son because he won't pee sitting down?
Nothing's better than that.
Because
That was from that one.
That seems
right?
like a real troll. That's like a 4chan troll. You're like, no, this is
That's
real.
where that was from.
Yeah, that's where that was from.
Yeah, okay. So that's if everyone remembers, this is when we were in Miami and we were covering this, but I thought it was kicked out of it, but I just got two of the I didn't even go back that far because I was, I'm just taking it easy. I'm going to indulge myself later. TFW. You hear people slagging bi folks as they
What's
walk.
the F?
Isn't that like
Trigger warning.
it's trigger warning?
What's the F?
TFW? I don't know. Look it
Trigger
up.
fucking warning. I don't know.
Trigger fucking warning.
Trigger fucking warning.
They take it seriously.
Oh, that feel when?
That feel when I figured it was
Never heard that. Okay.
some girl shit. That feeling when
Okay.
that makes sense. You hear people slagging bi folks as they walk past the bi booth during Pride. Wow, thanks, rainbow colored friends. So basically,
They're starting to eat themselves.
no, but it's like, yeah, I know, but also it's like I can't imagine like you were at Pride at the bi booth and all the gay people are walking by like, "What's up, bis?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's the buys. Why don't you fucking beat it? You're not welcome here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
one of the
shouldn't you be having sex with everyone?
yeah, like one of the. But she basically said, well, she says she heard them slagging her off. So it's
Yeah.
like, a bunch of like actual gays coming by and being like, look at the fucking buys.
Has sex with women and men.
Yeah, they're bisexual. They have sex with men and they're losers. They're bi, two things: losers and unwelcome here. Let's go, boys. You know what I mean? Let's get out of here, boys, before the bi people try to come with us.
I mean, JJ always said
Hey,
that
beat
they,
it, bi.
But they weren't very inclusive in the LGBT community.
I just think that's so fucking funny. A bunch of like gay guys walking off, like they're all touching each other's asses. They're basically like a
Wearing
hockey
jock
locker room, but
straps.
for real.
Yeah, really like a hockey locker room. Just all jocks.
And this fucking fat chick's just sitting there like at the
In her booth.
manning the bi booth, manning the bisexual booth. Beat it, buys. And then this one. This is I got another one that's up here that's related to you in some way.
Okay.
A Facebook friend said that they're going to host their 4th birthright trip because I guess they have hosts, right?
Yeah.
And that's when you go to Israel. And had the fucking nerve to say "Yalla" at the end of her post. I commented, please do not use an Arabic word to celebrate unless, of course, this birthrights change their curriculum to talk about apartheid and illegal settlements.
Yeah, they haven't.
And she goes, yeah, I guess they're going to block me, but IDGAF.
Ooh.
She didn't give a fuck. So, yeah, that's the question. That's the $1 million question. So when they do birthright, do they talk about that yet?
It might be sneaking in there,
it
to be
getting
honest,
woke?
because for sure, like,
Some woke birthright people?
the problem is like a lot of the fucking people into like, you know, all that shit are actually pretty woke for most aspects of their lives. But there is
Maybe.
that's where there becomes this dissonance.
Not
'cause-
the ones that like go on trips to Israel, probably.
No, some of them are. No, for sure, some of them are.
You'd think they're pretty
they'll
pro-Israel, no?
They are, but they're also like, you know, shit's got to change, and like some of them are like the super.
Who would be like an example of like a super pro-Israel person that's like,
Well,
you
they're
know,
just super woke people, and then but they're
Who?
also. I mean, you want. I mean, I don't know a specific example, but I can promise.
like a Sarah Silverman type?
Yeah, exactly, and they go like, yeah, I don't
But
know.
she's not like, that's what I mean. It's like, she's like probably a person that's like woke and proud to be Jewish or whatever, but also not like so in the game. She's like, you know, corresponding with Israel to do birthright
They're
tours.
well, no, they're not like to the point where they're like Israel shouldn't exist. But a lot of the people are like, you know, Israel has the right to exist, blah blah blah. Like we should be here, all that stuff. And then there's people who are like, you know, maybe like we can have this, but also like we need to fix that with that, like kind of that stuff.
But
For
you
sure.
think it might be fair to say that they haven't made that change yet in the
I
Israel tour?
doubt it. Not on the official tour, no. But I'm certain there's people who feel that way, who go on the tour, the self-flagellators, if you
Well,
will.
this girl's not fucking happy about it one bit.
This girl's not happy about anything.
She's not
Let
happy
me tell
about
you,
much.
I can, if I had a guess.
But I'm happy.
She ain't happy
I'm
about
happy that
shit.
these guys are back in my life.
Yeah, that'd be good for the pod.
I know,
Good for the pod.
They're so perfect. This can replace the fact that we got banned from the girl site.
Female dating strategy. We didn't get banned. They got rid of it.
They got rid of it.
Yeah, we should go back on there. Actually.
Well, we have our new female dating strategy, which is this this Facebook group,
This venting zone.
the venting zone. Shit. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So we. I'm not sure what. How many? We did the month where we did 2 episodes. We're gonna probably do sporadically 2 episodes here and there. But when we figure out finally get like a sort of a actual producer situation or down, we're gonna do them. We're probably gonna eventually get into that every week. But more.
This was just a taste.
It was a taste to get people to subscribe to the channel, and I thought people did. So thank you.
That was great. Thank you.
But yeah, also we will do that, but more so now it's like we have a few ones that'll be also, it's like, for example, if we have someone that's like, let's do this Sunday, we'll just put it out so we don't have to like, wait 7 days. But then there's also people that message us that we probably wouldn't normally do in a weekend episode that we'll just do that. So we're just like more versatile right now. And those Tuesday ones, it doesn't even have to come out. It's just like we have this option to sort of put them out whenever too as well.
Absolutely.
Emergency pods, for example.
Emergency pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dog.
And we sort of had our first viral episode.
the
It was like the
Destiny.
Destiny one did like almost 150 across everything already.
Yeah,
which is,
And it's gonna
Little.
keep. I'm sure they'll keep going
yeah.
on the
Exactly.
tube.
So see you all next week, or if you really like, patreon.com/theboyscast, bonus episode every single week. An hour, and actually our live stream happened last week, but we do them the first of every month, and we have so we are doing one tonight, but we also have a couple other bangers for the Patreon too.
Yeah,
so
we do. Always
pop on
bangers.
over there, and also
Always
the
bangers.
also the live streams we do are up after as well. So if you want to do even if you want to just listen to the audio of the Patreon, we put the live streams both, and we do
Yeah,
like
but if you want to come on board and drink some claws with the boys,
if you want to come on board, come on fucking board.
we'll be drinking claws.
He'll be coming on board, not BORED, if you know what I'm saying. Shout out Norm. All right. Peace.
BOYSCAST,
You can tell our friends
the bros, the dudes, the homies.
that you know that I won't do that. When you're saying those things to me, keep on making me.
Too busy watching the TV screen. Now we're just betting on broken dreams.